A third Russian faces charges over his alleged involvement in the 2018 Salisbury poisonings, which left 3 people critically ill and 1 dead. Security sources believe Denis Sergeev was the on-the-ground commander in the Novichok attack on former double agent Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia.Dawn Sturgess died after the poisoning and a police officer was badly injured. Prime Minister Boris Johnson said that the suspects should be handed over for justice. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said the UK was using the case as a tool to put pressure on our country, adding, "We decisively reject all of London's attempt to blame Moscow for what happened in Salisbury." Police confirmed they believe the suspects in the case belong to a team from the GRU, Russia's military intelligence service. Sergeev is believed to be the team's senior member, and has also been linked to other covert activity across Europe. The Crown Prosecution Service has now authorized charges, but the suspects cannot be formally charged unless they are arrested.
All 3 suspects are thought to be in Russia. Nick Price, head of the Special Crime and Counter-Terrorism Division at the CPS, said there was sufficient evidence to provide a realistic prospect of conviction and that it was in the public interest to charge Sergeev. Prosecutors were working with police to bring the attackers to justice where possible, but Russia has made clear it does not extradite its citizens, he said. Home Secretary Priti Patel told the House of Commons that if any of the suspects traveled outside Russia, the UK would take every possible step to detain and extradite them and would be relentless in the pursuit of justice. She said the poisoning was an appalling event that shook the entire country and united our allies in condemnation, but said it was not the first time Russia had committed a brazen attack in the UK, referring to the European Court of Human Rights judgment on the killing of Alexander Litvinenko. None of the 3 suspects in Salisbury are likely to ever face a British court. Russia has consistently denied any involvement and says it does not extradite its citizens. This was the same problem UK authorities faced after the killing of Alexander Litvinenko in 2006. But there are other reasons these investigations matter. The UK's government response after Litvinenko was seen as weak and failing to do enough to respond and deter Russia. It now hopes public accusations backed by evidence will help build international pressure on Moscow and encourage other states to also carry out their own investigations. This year, the revelations about the GRU's alleged role in a Czech explosion led to the expulsion of diplomats, who were thought to be undercover spies. The UK and its allies also responded with expulsions after Salisbury, and it hopes that exposure and retaliation will disrupt and deter Russia's ability to carry out such operations overseas. On March 2, 2018, the alleged GRU hit team came to the UK. 2 men, using the names Alexander Petrov and Ruslan Basharov, arrived in the afternoon at Gatwick Airport. Police have now for the first time confirmed their real names as Anatoly Chepiga and Alexander Mishkin. The third man, Denis Sergeev, using the name Sergei Fedotov, had arrived at Heathrow Airport earlier that day at 11:00 GMT. Chepiga and Mishkin traveled to Salisbury on Sunday, March 4, allegedly to smear the military-grade nerve agent Novichok on the handle of former GRU officer Sergei Skripal's front door. He and his daughter fell seriously ill, as did Nick Bailey, then a police officer. Sergei remained in London the whole time before leaving on a flight to Moscow at 13:45. Having made a late change to his plans. The other 2 left on a later flight at 22:30. Police say they now have evidence the men were operating as a team and that all 3 met on a number of occasions in London over that weekend. On some occasions, this was indoors, on others it was in the open air, although the police will not specify exactly where. But the police have been working on building up evidence of his role, a process described as challenging but which has eventually led to today's announcement. "We remain as determined as ever to bring those responsible to justice," said Dean Hayden, Assistant Commissioner at the Metropolitan Police and Senior National Coordinator for Counter-Terrorism Policing. The charges authorized against the 3 men are conspiracy to murder, attempted murder, causing grievous bodily harm, and use and possession of a chemical weapon. Chepiga and Mishkin appeared on Russian TV after being identified in 2018 and said they had been to the city simply as tourists to see the cathedral. Russia has always denied any involvement. Traces of Novichok were found in Chepiga and Mishkin's hotel room, although none were found in that used by Sergeev. The Novichok in the perfume bottle could potentially have killed thousands of people, police say. But there remain significant gaps in the investigation. including how the Novichok came into the UK and where it was between its use in March and its discovery in June in Amesbury in a discarded perfume bottle. Dawn Sturgess died days after spraying some of the bottle's contents on herself. Pre-inquest hearings into her death, presided over by former High Court Judge Baroness Hallett, are due to resume this week. The police are asking the public to get in touch if they have any more details of Sergei's movements in London or that of the perfume bottle. If Sergei and the other two suspects leave Russia, UK authorities will inform Interpol to seek their arrest. "We now have the evidence that links them to the GRU," Mr. Hayden said. "All three are dangerous individuals." Intelligence also links Sergei and the team to a trail of covert activities across Europe. Sergei is alleged to be a major general and senior member of Unit 29155 of the GRU, a team tasked with sabotage, subversion, and assassination. He joined the team after serving in Russian special forces. Bulgarian authorities say Sergei and two other men from Unit 29155 checked into hotels in the capital Sofia in April 2015, insisting on rooms with a view of the underground car park. Surveillance of that car park released by a Bulgarian prosecutor shows one man approaching the cars of a Bulgarian arms dealer, Emilian Jebrev, as well as his son and business partner. A toxic substance is believed to have been smeared on the handles, similar to the way Novichok was placed on the handle of Sergei Skripal's house. They would fall ill but survive. Although he had a return flight booked 2 days later, Sergei left the country on April 28, the day of the poisoning. He may be the man caught on CCTV in the car park.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe